Hello there. This video will be placed in between the last part, which was on YouTube, which I believe was part 43. Yes, um, and there will be a gap between the events that will happen in part 43 and the parts that happen on part 44, which should have been 46. Unfortunately, a couple of videos where I had some issues with my former external hard drive, which decided to cause OBS issues and all that stuff, um, freezing and all that stuff. It just couldn't couldn't be able to even record anything using the old. And unfortunately, my data as well was lost, or at least doesn't appear. Like the laptop even doesn't recognize it anymore. So I decided to buy a new one, a new hard drive, which came late last, late this week. So I want to use this video, which will be a short one, to just tell what happened between part 43 and my upcoming part 44, which was the second part of this dungeon of the final um, vanilla Persona 5 vanilla arc. So I want to use the story part here, if I'm not mistaken, to be able to get it right here. So basically, we had the Shido part, which you already saw the boss fight and all that stuff. We got the change of art and everything. And obviously, we ride the high of the accomplishment. Certain the support of Shido will plummet in the wake of his confession. But things takes an unexpected turn. The general public refuses to accept the crimes of Masashi Shido and begin to become oblivious to the Phantom Thief's existence. At a loss, the Phantom Thief and Sai reflect on their next moves. Since Shido used the metaverse, building a case against this crime will be hard. With the public's opinion as a stalemate, the Phantom Thieves must quickly find a solution, but they can't change every heart individually. Morgana then remembers that mementos, everyone's palace, as a treasure, and stealing it could cause the masses to come to their senses. But to do so would dissolve the metaverse itself, which would be the end of the Phantom Thieves. This made it they'd be unable to change hearts again, but certain of their convictions, the team goes to Mementos to do one last heist. So basically, this was the part. So this was where we finished the Shield boss fight. It started the final arc, and then I was able to reach the Holy Grail, which was in the part that unfortunately will not. If I'm able to get the data back and the video back, I'll be able to post them as bonus content. But for now, I'm mostly using it. I'm mostly going to be using this video to bridge part to 43 and 44, and then be back to regular scheduling. And I'm probably going to be recording part 45 right after, which will be a very important video. Now, the final heist, we finally found the treasure, the Holy Grail. However, by the will of the masses, it has transformed into a malevolent god, the god of control. The Phantom Thieves are defeated, and the Grail begins to merge mementos with reality. The team awakens to see Shibuya distorted as they helplessly begin to fade. It is revealed that the malevolent god has been masquerading as Igor and stringing Ren along in this game, one he never stood a chance at winning. That game basically was on one side, Joker, protagonist, on the other side, Goro Akechi. Obviously, we've dealt with him in the Shido arc. We know a lot about him, all that stuff. So it was basically those two were given the powers that they had to have a game, but in the end, he had never a chance to win because the God of Control was very much controlling the situation. The Metanav and Metaverse were both tools used by the malevolent God to prove the foolishness of humanity to Ren. Ren is safe from death when the Velvet Room twins merge into Lavenza. The god, believing that has already won, returns the real Igor and leaves. Ren restores the Phantom Thieves' willpower. Basically, every single member of the Phantom Thieves, we talk with them, we at moments where they reflect on the past and their fears of the present and how they're gonna deal with the Holy Grail. And then the team gathers in the Velvet Room for Igor explanation. Before being imprisoned, Igor gave his remaining power to a messenger tasked with finding a human that could become the trickster. Morgana, no longer uncertain about himself, leads the Phantom Thieves to face their final opponent. So begins the final battle against the malevolent god, with the fate of the world hanging in the balance. So basically, this was the entire part that you're gonna see in part 44. You'll see I was able to record it on my laptop, so I should be able to very much post it on YouTube probably tonight to have it posted both this video and part 44 to be posted for tomorrow for Easter. Obviously, schedule wise, I'm working on Easter. The probably the next chance for me to record anything will be on Monday night after I work Easter past Easter Monday, you know. But then afterwards, I should be able to be back on track to try to finish the game by the end of the month. Um, Obviously, I have to also prepare for a move in July, so I need to also do that. But I think I should be able to still finish the game by the end of April. I would have loved to finish it by mid-April, but I think, sorry, I think the fact that I lost a little bit of time with Easter weekend and having to work a little bit more than I wanted was a problem here. But I think we'll be fine. It's just I'm gonna I'm gonna have to dig deeper to get it to finish by the end of April, which I should be fine because the final semester, which is the final arc of the game, I plan to very much show the entirety or almost all almost all of the entirety of that final semester because there's several things that happen. Several we're gonna have a Mementos trip that I'm gonna be doing live on, and I will be recording at least, and it will come also with a fight with the Reaper, which is the last trophy that I need to do that is not story based to get the platinum trophy with the PS5 version of the game. I already have it on PS4 version, but so yeah, this is the plan. So this is where we stand right now. And after I post part 44, part 45 will be the fight with the Holy Grail, the second fight with the Holy Grail, and the fight with Yaldabaoth, the God of Control. And then we'll dabble a little bit into the start of the final semester. But obviously, most of the final semester will actually be done afterwards. But I wanted to take this video to explain the situation, why there's a gap between the action of part 43 and part 44. And now I'm going to be taking a deep breath and recording part 45 to have it posted hopefully by Monday. But anyway, thank you very much for those who are watching this playthrough or this video. And feel free to give a like, subscribe, throw a comment if you enjoy the content. And I'll see you all for part 45, but 44 technically before, and the part that was recorded before today. And after that, we'll be back normal, hopefully. Peace.